The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm gonna hit that magic button. There we are. Welcome. Idly ho there, neighborino.
Yeah, welcome to the PokerStars Caribbean Adventure, otherwise known as the PCA.
We've heard of it.
Live from the Atlantis Hotel and Casino in beautiful the Bahamas.
Oh yeah.
We're pretty much winding this down. We have tonight and then tomorrow. Let's pack the bags.
We got tonight.
Tonight's the
Who
party.
needs tomorrow?
And I believe we're one away from the final table at the main event.
Smell it.
Can you smell it?
Oh, I can
So
smell what
so
PokerStars is cooking.
If we're one away, does that mean we're at the unofficial final table?
No, it's official.
It's official?
It's official.
Okay.
Going to be playing down to 8, and they are at 9 right now.
9. So we're at the unofficial final table right now, then.
Probably.
Yeah. You know, there should be. We talked about this briefly this afternoon. There should be a standard amount of players at a final table worldwide. Maybe that will be the beginning of organizing poker, where they're across the board, regulations across the board, procedures.
Well, that's what the TDA is for.
Well, but not everybody plays based upon TDA regulations.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that amazing how that works?
Oh. I'm not saying that everything under the TDA is good. I'm sure but for the most part, it's a pretty good barometer to go by if you're running a tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
I know the NPL, we pretty much follow TDA regulations. And you get people that complain about everything. Doesn't make a difference. But I would like to see something across the board where all tournaments are run exactly the same, a standard blind level as far as time-wise. You know, down here they have 50 minutes. At the World Series they have an hour. The main event they have 2 hours.
Well, there are things that are dependent on that, too. I mean, how long you have the venue, how many tables you have, how long you got to clear everybody out. So, yeah, I mean, there's reasons that they do.
Within reason, there should be, like all final tables should be 8 or 9-handed.
Well, they want to play 8 because it's better for the live stream.
Better for TV?
Yeah. WPT's final
6,
TV
right?
tables are 6.
6, yeah. That's what I mean.
Which kind of makes sense. I like 6-handed on TV. Oh, Nate Dallin is sending me a question mark, by the way. You might want to put those plugs in.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like, what's going on? Where are you? And it's like, I forgot to sign into Skype, so I'll get Nate on the horn here in a second. As soon as Mr. Skype decides to work. Of course, our other co-host, who is residing back in Las Vegas.
I would say residing is... He's stuck in Las Vegas right now. I'm sure.
Okay, we'll give him a stuck.
I'm sure if you're given the choice, I'm sure given the choice and getting permission from Vegas Angel, he would be here with us.
Yep.
The room might be a little crowded, but he will be here with us.
You bet. Nate, do you have the broadcast on, by the way?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right.
No, I do not.
Outstanding. That kills the echo. That makes us. I mean, I know it's the show's so nice you like to listen to it twice, but not that fast.
Twice on Sunday.
Oh my God! Yeah, Nate, what's going on back in Vegas? How are things there?
Oh, nice and sunny. Finally.
Oh, there you go. Is it warm?
I haven't been outside yet.
Really?
Wow.
It's 3:00, isn't it?
It's 3 o'clock
it's
there.
3
Yeah.
o'clock.
Wow.
Well, it's not bad.
You're on a real poker player schedule.
I've done that.
Hey, Nate. By the way, I don't know.
I cried myself to sleep last night.
Oh my God. Was it that bad? Nate, do you like lobster?
I'm allergic.
You're allergic. What is your favorite seafood? Or are you allergic to seafood in general?
I'm allergic to shellfish.
Oh.
So
a
nice trout is good with me.
Trout. Okay, so trout. And how about what about steak? What's your favorite steak?
Oh, you just throw some meat on the grill for me.
Okay,
I'm good.
I'll tell you what. Mark and I are gonna have a piece of steak in your honor tonight.
There we go.
And what would you like us to wash it down with? A cold beer?
Some cyanide pills. Jerk.
A little bit of arsenic there, maybe.
Hey, listen. There's always. Where'd you guys go? Oregon?
Yeah.
It's always Oregon for you next
Nate
year.
will always have Oregon.
You got that locked up, that venue, by the way.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Heidi was nice, though. Great.
Heidi was nice.
Terrific.
I
Staff up there
was very happy to meet Liz Tedder and Roger Bailey and Tyler Patterson and all those guys were just fantastic up there.
Yeah. So, but we're having fun down here at the PCA, and man, it is getting down to crunch time, Joe Payne. I'll tell you what, we're
down to the big money now.
And you know what? Your number's going to be high, it looks like.
Is it really?
Your number's going to be high on this. Let's take a look.
What's the low chip stack right now?
Man, you were just thirsting for knowledge, and I'm sitting here and I'm a click away. I got to click. I got to make a click.
But here's what I do, and you don't realize it. I make you look like you are really the king of poker information.
Yeah,
because I ask a question.
I have to take that back. By the way,
I ask a question, and then within seconds, you usually have an answer for me.
I usually do. Kevin Mathers is technically the king of poker information, but he isolated himself in bluff, so he can only be the king of bluff. So now I have the outside world.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it goes. All right.
So my number of 1.8 is going to be high, really?
Yeah. It looks like, and it looks like, Joe, they are actually playing 2 tables right now. They're going 5 and 4 handed. Give me 1 second here. Let me
That'll make the fur fly.
Yeah, let me pull the chip counts here first. I'm gonna
5 and 4 handed.
Yeah.
That's punishment.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of these online guys, they're quite used to playing shorthanded. Not a big deal.
Yeah, but you would think just make a table of 9 and let's give everyone a fair shot.
There's your 9, but there's 10 players listed on this chip count. So
maybe
so there's somebody is out that's not. I tell you what, before I read these chip counts off,
refresh.
Give me 1 second.
Refresh.
I did refresh that. They have update for Benjamin Pollock being eliminated in 11th. So Pollock is out. Let's see what we got. Wow, and Chance Corner just tagged 1 Pastor. How about that? This is kind of confusing here. I think it must be 10. They must have 10 left because they're listing 10 players on the chip counts, but they have 9 in the player info.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm gonna say they're 10-handed.
Okay, so
right
we're
now.
not.
So they're 5 and so they're playing 5 and 5.
5 and 5. That makes more sense than 5 and 4.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Okay, well, let's take a look at those chip counts. And like I said, Chance Cornuth just took a massive, about $1.5 million chip pot off Juan Pastor. Chance Cornuth is now the leader
with. It's right in front of you. I can see it's right in front of you. I'm making you look good, don't you? I'm your setup guy.
5,850,000 chips. Oh my God!
How does it feel being the boss of the show this week, Joe?
Actually, I'm getting. I'm going to have to put my special guest in a headlock pretty soon because he's giving me a lot of flack here.
I already got put in a headlock this series.
You got put in a chokehold.
Well, that's kind of a headlock.
Nate, did you listen to the show? Did you listen to the show the other day when Mark told us about his adventure going down the Roaring Rapids and he hit his head?
No, I didn't. Okay. He hit his head going down the Roaring Rapids.
I got put in a bad funnel position.
Well, I this afternoon in between shows, I went on. I came nowhere near hitting my head.
Well, yeah, because I told you I just got caught in a terrible spot in the current.
The perfect storm?
It was. I mean, seriously, I bet I will be willing to bet you I could not do that if that happened 999 more times. Not a chance. It was the weirdest freaking thing ever.
Well, while I was there, I did ask a number of the lifeguards that are periodically stationed along the rapids. Yeah. I went by and said, has anyone ever hit their head? And they said, for the first time the other day.
First time. I'm not buying that, Joe. I think that's a little bit of a fish story there.
Is there a gash? Was there blood?
No, it's just kind of a light tap / scraping.
He's being a little girl about this whole thing.
I'm not. I'm just saying, man. I got my head whacked on a.
I will tell you this: the rapids do move pretty quick.
Next
they did,
time, Mark.
Yeah, they do.
They do. They do.
But there's
helmet.
You had me believing that I was going to be at one point during the ride. I was going to be going down this chute with very little space on either side.
Well, you saw the 2 chutes, right? A couple of those where the path where everything gets funneled into one little channel, channel.
But you still had room to.
But
your head from
I got
banging
spun.
against
This is what I'm trying to tell you is that what happened was I was going down straight, and then as I got closer to it, I got spun that way, and I had nowhere to go. I literally got turned like that. Mike Leah knows I'm telling the truth, right, Mike? Thank you. And Mike Leah says so. It's all good.
Wow. It's your buddy.
But I got close to it, and I got spun towards the wall.
No. I'm intending about going back tomorrow again, just to see maybe I got lucky today.
I think he did.
Okay.
I think he did. Should we talk about the poker tournament?
We should, actually.
Thank you. Pradesh Budiga is at last list of 5.18. Diego Ventura 2.41. Nicholas Hombitzer 2.15. By the way, not a Dolphins fan. Rami Bukai out of the United States at 1.9 million. Juan Martin Pastor has fallen down to 1.76. Big hit for him. Dylan Lind, 1.72. Kevin Schulz, 1.44. Shyam Srinivasan out of Canada, 965. And Uwe Ritter at 900,000. The German. A couple of Germans hanging around in here.
So the last two guys have about 900 each. So that 1.8 million is going to be funneled up to the top. So the 1.8 still might be a real good number.
Yeah, well, somebody's probably going to get in here with about 1 million chips.
And most likely somebody who's going to bust them is going to be one of the big stacks.
Blinds right now are at 25,500 or 50,000. 25,000, 50,000, excuse me. 5,000 ante. Level 27.
So those low stacks have got about 18 big blinds, huh?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
Still
so-
not panic time.
Yeah, so these guys
But concerned-
and they're okay, we do have another man down just posted. Shyam Srinivasan has been knocked out in 10th place, picks up $91,240. Kevin Schulz puts him away, ace-7 against Jacks. This is a sick one, Joe. 9-6-3 on the flop, 5 on the turn, 4 on the river. Schulz gets the running ugly straight cards.
You know what the best play to play jacks is, right? Don't play them. I swear. I mean, I've never seen a hand get crushed so often like jacks.
Yeah, people just misplay.
Exactly. Don't play them.
I folded my jacks and ended up.
Where did that get you?
When did you fold your jacks? I didn't hear this.
Oh, you didn't. This was in the tournament.
I
made the fold of the PCA early on. It was done. I made the fold of the PCA. So here's what happened.
Okay.
So I have a couple of tight players that I just all day long were just worse than me for the most part.
Nits.
They were nitty. So first guy raises to like 800.
And he's a tight player.
He's a tight player. The guy next to me who's not raising unless he's got a monster goes to 1800.
Okay.
I look down at the jacks, I call. Goes back around to the other guy who goes all in for about 9,000-ish, somewhere in there.
And is he a nitty player also?
Yes, he's a nitty player also. Guy next to me calls. So now I have a choice of putting half my stack in with jacks against two guys that have just pushed a ton of chips in there.
You folded.
And I folded the jacks. So call was made. Guy on the far side with aces. Guy next to me had kings. I had jacks.
Wow.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I got that mixed up. Excuse me. It was queens. It was queens over. That was another hand. Queens on the far side. Aces next to me, and I had the jacks and folded.
And you were in the middle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got rid of the jacks.
Push 1,800?
Great laydown. Yep, cost me 1,800 chips.
Do you remember where your chip stack was at that point?
Oh, about 19 to 20. So I'd had half my chip stack in there against two nits. I knew one of them had me beat. I knew it. It was pretty obvious. So
you weren't concerned when the first raise from the nit player that your jacks?
Well, I decided to take a shot at it. I figured if I could see a flop for 1,800, I was going to do that.
You got 20 grand? Yeah.
And that guy on the far side ended up saving the dude with
about
the aces.
9% of your stack. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So, of course, a jack hit on the flop.
Oh, no, did it really?
Oh, it did.
Don't you hate that?
It was quite
That's
painful.
why there's as far as I'm concerned, there is no correct way to play jacks.
Well, that was the correct way at that point.
The correct way to play jacks is to know your opponents.
Right.
But
and I
that's
did.
the correct way
it was a
jacks.
great read on my part. Terrific read.
Except the flop.
Except the flop, just, you got to stay results
You would
oriented.
look like a genius if you stayed around. But
oh, I know.
But then you would have been chastised for how could you call with jacks there when the two biggest nits at the table are raising a raise.
That's a terrible call with those two guys. It was a terrible call. Oh, well. Probably cost me a big run in the tournament. But, what are you going to do? Stuff happens. Wow. But, yeah, so that was the lay down of the tournament. Anyway, Srinvasan is out. They're down to 9 officially, so we are one player away from play ending here in the main event tonight. Wow. So they'll come back on the live stream tomorrow, and we'll see who ends up.
Now, if you are one of the 8 players going to the final table tomorrow, are you coming to the party and having a couple of drinks, or are you going to your room and just relaxing?
There's no reason to not attend the party and at least have a drink or two. I mean, it's where you got to know your line. Like I said, like Daniel Negreanu said in the breakfast lecture the other day. It's counterintuitive to go out and you're playing in a big tournament. You go out and get plastered the night before and stay till 4 a.m. and then expect to play your best the next day. It won't.
What'd you say about Oregon? I don't get it.
Huh?
Plastered. Something about being plastered.
Being plastered, but
Okay,
but there's nothing wrong with going. I mean, plus the main party's over at 10:30, so it's not like you have to stay up all night. The players are coming back, I think, at noon, so there's plenty of time. I mean,
there is an after party.
Yeah, there's an after party. I would not go to the after party.
You would not?
No, I would not. I'd be like, sorry guys, I'm here. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I will be headed to bed now, and in bed at 11 o'clock and getting plenty of rest.
Do you think a bunch of your buddies, though, are going to say, hey, let's say it was you, hey, Mark, come on, let's have a drink celebrating, celebrating your final table?
Oh, I'm sure there's a possibility. And you know what? You got to have the.
He turned down a trip to the strip club with the girls from Poker Night in America to go back and go to bed because he had a flight in the morning.
No, I don't want to hear that.
Well, not just because he had a flight.
Was he flying the plane, Nate? Maybe he was flying.
No, but the other part of that story, Nate, was that I missed my daughter's birthday. It was the next day, and I didn't want to be a wreck coming back because I knew I was going to take her out and run around all day and all night. So I did that for my daughter.
As a family guy,
did that for my daughter because I guarantee you, if I hadn't to do anything, my daughter, I'd have gone.
Opportunity to go to a strip
Mark
club.
showing some family values.
Yeah, well, you know what? I care about my daughter more than I care about going to a strip club.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
I don't know, and I don't want to hear. I don't think I want to hear that.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I don't. I mean, which I don't even know. But anyway, like I said, we're down to 9 in the main event. Let's take a look at the high roller going on right now.
That's still going on too, right?
Yeah, a matter of fact, it is, Joe. You're right.
Another softball question for you.
Our friend Dan Heimiller actually made a big tweet where he had ace king and he was all in versus his opponent's pocket aces.
Ooh.
And the flop was 10 jack queen.
Oh,
nice.
Very nice. All right,
he was like in number 3 spot earlier in the day during that.
He was. They are down to 48 players in that tournament now. I think first place is getting like 1.2 million or something like that.
48 should be.
That was like a huge field for a $25,000 buy-in.
A record field.
270 something, I believe. Was that 270?
269.
269.
They're on level 16 right now. 3,000, 6,000, 1,000, any 48 players left.
They got to be close to the money.
Idea. Yeah, they're getting close there. Average chip stack is around 280,000 at the moment. 13,400,000 chips in play and 6.4 million in that prize pool. Here's where they stand right now. Vicente Delgado out of Spain is at 775,000. Oleski Korashenin, 645,000. Samuel Bongard out of Canada is at 602. Nick Petrangelo, 596. Darren Elias, and there's a guy who's been pretty hot. Of course, won back-to-back WPT events last year at 580. Jonathan Karamalakis at 560. Jean-Pascal Savard at 510. Lee Markhold. I didn't even know Lee was here. I didn't even see him. But I guess he is. He's sitting right there at 440. Daniel Negreanu is at 431. Faraz Jaka, 402. Chip leader after yesterday's play, Scott Sievers at 390. Let's see who else we got. Some of your...
Talk about
where's our buddy?
That early is Seaver.
Where's our buddy Dan?
Dan Heimiller is at 270,000.
Okay.
So he's actually under the chip average right now.
Okay.
But so are a lot of people. There's a ton of people down below that chip average. It is a wild little festival down there at the bottom of the leaderboard. Who else is just some other names that are in there? Faraz Jaka, Scott Seaver, Dominic Nitschke, Taylor Parr still in there, Dan Heimiller, Will Fiala, Jake Cody, Bryn Kenny, Andre Akari is an online pro for PokerStars, Sam Trickett, Chino Ream is still in there, Joe Kuther, Brandon Steven, Jonathan Little, Barry Hooter, Andy Filichak, Mike Watson. Let's see, Jeremy Osmus still hanging around. Paul Volpe on a pretty low stack right now. It's still in there. Sean Deeb, Connor Drynan, Jason Wheeler. Wheeler's out. I'm sorry, Deeb and Drynan and Wheeler out. I missed my bust line there. I apologize. So,
it was refreshing to see when I was coming down to walk to the show. I passed a couple of players who were sitting in Plato's, which is right outside the elevators, and they were playing multi-tables on PokerStars, which you don't see anymore in the States. People playing multi-tables.
Yeah.
We need to get internet poker back.
Lucy,
in
come
the US.
home.
Yeah. I love you, Joe.
We really do. And I'm not that.
There's some votes you can make for that, but they're usually not towards your wing of the scale.
Yeah, well, Harry Reid kind of did a flip-flop on us, didn't he?
Somewhat, but he didn't.
Oh, somewhat. Don't give him any.
Come on, just say yeah, he did.
He got in bed with Sheldon. You know that. I know that.
That's a horrible picture, by the way.
A horrible picture. Reid took a huge fall. He's blind in his, I believe, his right eye right now.
Oh, did he really?
Well, he got attacked by an exercise machine.
Yeah, it was a fall. It was a senior citizen.
Something snapped.
Did this happen recently?
Something, if I remember the story correctly, something snapped on his exercise machine, smashed him in the face, and down went Harry.
I think the nerve that connects his brain to his mouth snapped a long time ago.
Well, that's a possibility, but we still wish Senator Reid all the best. We don't want anybody all busted up.
Do we really? Is that true?
Well,
come on.
You don't wish bad health on somebody. You can wish them to not get elected. You can wish them to maybe get thrown in jail or something. But I don't want anybody. I don't want them to die. I don't want a guy crippled or anything like that.
Well, you never lived in New York, have you? Sometimes you got to bust somebody up.
The problem, you got to take care of business.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he insulted me.
I'm never insulting Sarah Grant.
It
can't be done. Plus, her husband is
he's a fighter.
Nasty man who could hurt me very badly.
He's an MMA fighter?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
He's a big man.
Don't be hitting on Sarah Grant.
No.
I mean, unless you want to get busted up.
No.
Oh, there you go, busted up. That's okay, though, right? It's okay for us. Sarah Grant's husband will probably bust you up.
It's okay to politely flirt.
Sarah Grant's husband would just...
Oh, he'd bust you up big time.
Oh, God, it would be so bad.
It would be.
Could you imagine? Oh, dear God.
I wouldn't want to see that.
Some things are worth getting beat up over.
By the way, Chino Ream looks like he's texting and heading out the door. That's the classic I got eliminated pose. So it looks like Chino is out the door in the high roller.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you ask him? Ask him, Chino.
No, we leave that up to you. We leave that up to you.
No, that's yeah.
You do all the exit interviews for the Marco show.
Yeah.
I think you should get them right as they get off the table. Because you can really feel their anger.
Yeah, you got to take some lessons from Kara Scott, dude. You need them.
But she's nice to look at though, so you really can't get upset. But David Williams looks at Nate and goes, "What did you just ask me?"
It's because Nate's a retread.
Nate's a retread.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Lee Markhold has gone to 750,000, big jump, as he clips Darren Elias for about 326,000 chips on a pot. So Darren Elias has made his move, and Lee Markhold has made a good move here, and he will try to see if he can take this thing down. It's been a little while since we heard from Lee, so
okay.
It'll be good to see Lee making a nice deep run here.
You didn't even know he was here, did you?
No, I didn't. I hadn't seen him.
Hey, he must have slipped by when you had your head down.
I had a great interview with him in the 2013 World Series. Terrific guy. All right, so that's kind of where things stand right now at the PCA. We're going to keep an eye on this, and we'll talk all sorts of other poker and crazy stuff happening here. The party's coming up tonight.
Are we taking a break?
Yeah, we're gonna take a break. I think we're gonna talk about what would you expect out of a PokerStars PCA party, Joe? We'll talk about that topic when we come back.
Okay.
Sounds like fun. So Nate Allen on the line, and of course Joe and myself.
Wow, really? Has the 8 days really worn that much on you?
Oh my!
I thought we'd get along so much better.
I love you, Joe. Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
The ultimate poker destination and the most outstanding poker in the world is in only one place. The 2015 PokerStars Caribbean Adventure. January 6th through the 14th. Join PokerStars pros like Daniel Negreanu, Chris Moneymaker, Liv Boree, Jason Mercier, Bertrand Elke Grospellier, Vanessa Seltz, and many more of your favorites at the stunning Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas. With some of the greatest events in poker, like the $100,000 high roller, the America's Cup, the new Double Bubble Tournament, and the prestigious PCA main event. It's a must for anyone who's ever sat at a poker table. For more information on the PCA schedule, travel information, and much more, just visit PokerStarsCaribbeanAdventure.com and join us in the Bahamas for the PCA, January 6th through the 14th.
Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give Open-Faced Chinese Poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason Open-Faced Chinese Poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the Open-Faced Chinese Poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app and we'll see you at the tables.
Join us for Zen's Poker Mentoring's debut poker coaching event featuring poker superstar instructors Brian Rast and Vanessa Russo, plus poker reporter turned poker pro Christy Arnett. For unique poker mentoring you'll be able to use on and off the field. The event will be held February 21st and 22nd at the spectacular Meet Las Vegas Event Center, across from the D Las Vegas Hotel and Casino, downtown. The first 15 people to register get a free 2-night stay at the D. Not to mention, Zen Poker Mentoring is giving away a $565 seat for the newest and most exciting event in poker, the Colossus. For more information, visit ZenPokerMentoring.com and sign up for this one-of-a-kind event today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit BlindSquirrelApparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way, with all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at PokerNight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Mondays on Poker Night in America.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bub stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends, we supply everything else. Live it, love it. PokerShop.com.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Bahamas, yeah.
Welcome back. Woohoo! To the PokerStars Caribbean Adventure, otherwise known as the PCA. Live, my special guest is Mark Hoke.
That's me on my own show.
And I'm Joe Payne.
Nate Dowland's out there too.
Still with us, Nate? Yeah, Nate's there too. The whole team is here.
Yeah, well, we're congregated.
We're not a team?
Well, we're congregated on the internet, but we're not all here.
Well, the whole gang is together, I said. I didn't mean physically together.
Yeah, see, that's kind of mean to Nate.
Okay.
Nate, are your feelings hurt?
No.
All right, I'll let it go then.
No, when I said the whole team is together, I included Nate in that.
Okay.
That was my intention.
Well, you said here, and I felt bad for Nate for a moment.
Here,
just for a second. I mean, like that long. I was like, oh, yeah, I feel bad for you. Well, now I don't.
Anyone listening in would hear both Nate, Mark Hoke, and myself.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're all here together.
Hey, there was a big story that happened on online poker. Speaking of PokerStars, I almost forgot about this.
Something other than what you told us about yesterday?
They are going to be in New Jersey.
No.
We know about that.
Well, let's not. Ray Lesniak shot his mouth off before. We talked about that on yesterday's show. But
now you're saying he shot his mouth off?
Well, he does. He says stuff all the time that never happens. So hopefully he's right this time. But we'll see. Nate's like ready to pack his bags.
Oh, yeah.
But here's a good reason, for example. All right. If you did not see this story, pretty cool stuff. Of course, you knew we talked a little bit about the spin and goes that are on PokerStars.
Yes,
where
and they're fantastic.
It's a hyper turbo 3-man game.
You buy in for there's 3 different levels that you can play, right?
Yeah, and and once the tournament starts, there's a wheel that spins, and it tells you how much the prize pool is. So sometimes it'll double it up or triple it up. It's pretty cool. But of course, one of the opportunities that is on the big wheel is to play for $1 million.
Wow. So is the minimum double? Is like, say for argument's sake, it's a $10 buy-in. There's 3 players, which would make it a $30 prize pool. Is that the minimum, $30?
I've never actually played on one.
Well, I think the max is $30.
The max is 30?
Not the buy-in, but I mean just in terms of spinning the wheel is what he's talking about. So I mean you can.
Well, not if you can play for $1 million, the max.
So yeah, so there is per Chad Holloway on Poker News. There's spin and go tournaments are action-packed hyper turbo 3 max tournaments where the players play for a jackpot that is determined by a random generator before the action begins. Most of the time, that results in a sum that doubles the buy-in, but regular prize pools could jump up to 1,200 times the buy-in fee. Wow. For the special $1 million spin and go promotion, only 3 out of 10 million $5 spin and goes were slated to generate the massive $1 million grand prize. So you could literally pay $5 and be playing for $1 million.
And that's what I really enjoyed about them. But at the same time, most of the time you're only playing for like $6.
Yeah, it's not. Usually, it's not a lot. But kids, the $1 million.
There's always that carrot they dangle.
Well, that carrot, somebody got to chomp on it because Russian PokerStars player SSS 66666.
Wow.
In 13 minutes and 26 seconds.
That's one hell of a payday.
Takes that down.
And won $1 million.
Yeah, it showed the hand. He had ace-8 versus his opponent's ace-5, and the flop came ace-5-9.
That is correct. So,
or ace-8-9.
I was going to say, yeah. The 5 come. Wait a second. Hold on.
Yeah, and
the wrong hand just won.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the... because I thought there was a little more information on this. So, let's see.
So is this?
So you could say the guy, one guy, the two players. So there were. I guess it was. So I guess they had $1 million jackpot on the table. So this dude made $1,240.69 per second. The guys that lost each got $100,000 for their runner-up and third place finishes.
Question for you, since this is all new to me: do the players know before the tournament starts that it's $1 million, or do we spin?
No, you spin after everybody's registered. Then after everybody sits.
Okay.
Then it spins to tell you what you're
playing.
But
before a hand is dealt, you know exactly what you're playing for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine the
wow?
nerve?
Talk about pressure.
I mean, could you imagine sitting there and you throw?
You're 2 players away from $1 million.
You throw.
It's only 3-handed, right? Wow.
Yeah, it's 3-handed.
Yikes.
That's pretty sick. I mean, that's about as sick as it gets. So those 3 guys that got on the table, let's say the other 2 guys.
Got $100,000.
Got $100,000,
and third place got $100,000 each for that.
Yeah,
That's great.
They did. So not some bad money. So it was and just to clarify and make sure, it's $1 million bonus on there. So the other guy got $800,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other 2 guys got $100,000. But man,
sweet. When is that coming?
I mean, could you imagine?
Vegas?
I mean, I would just be sitting there like, dude, I just won $100,000 and I could just lose right now.
If PokerStars brings this to Vegas,
oh baby,
I may never get out of my underwear.
One thing, an interesting thing about the spin and goes, from what a lot of people have been telling me, is a lot of the pros and regulars on PokerStars don't like these things because they're taking players out of the normal games and tournaments that they like to play. They like to have them in. Because they're all sitting down playing these spin and goes, so
you can play so many of them at one time, Mark.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
Yeah, so it's really taking a lot of players off of the regular tables to play these spin and goes.
Are there different levels of these spin and goes? Or are they all the same buy-in? Do we know that?
I believe
there's different levels.
Yeah.
So you never know when the $1 million spins will happen.
It
could happen at $1 buy-in. It could happen at a $10 buy-in.
As we said, there are 3. Let me find that spot on here. Give me 1 second.
I'm opening up stars right now. We can still see it. They still tease us with it.
Let's see. It said there were 3 of those that were slated to. Only 3 out of 10 million $5 spin and goes were slated to generate the $1 million prize pool.
Wow. So there's 2 left.
So you literally have like a 3 in 10 million shot to play one of these.
Now it's only 2 because one's already hit.
Yeah. Well, of course, some of them play it as well. So.
And it's not like if you win, like if a certain person wins, one of those 3 players is getting $800,000.
That is correct.
That is a pretty sweet deal.
Jeez. I'd just be sitting there like click, click, click. Just keep signing me up. As long as my
Imagine your internet going down in the middle of that.
Oh,
how bad would that be?
The dreaded disconnect.
Yowie. I got this great hotspot, and except it just went out.
Yeah.
Battery went down.
That would be hard.
Could be a $700,000 difference.
Could. Well, congratulations to
667, whatever he is.
Triple S Quint 6.
It's almost like a German submarine commander moved to Russia.
What kind of? I mean, 6.
Well, 6. You know what 666 is, right?
Well, yeah, but there's 5 6s.
Oh, so he's
He's okay.
1 2/3 of a devil.
It's only showing me the play money ones. Darn it.
Yep, there you go. All right.
Imagine winning a play money one. It's like, oh my God, how unlucky would that be? You play one of these spin and goes and for fake money, and you happen to hit one of the.
You got $1 million in play
so
chips.
you might as well just give up. You're not hitting another one.
Just go hang yourself now. But yeah, so that was a cool story that came out today. I just thought I'd get to mention that. A nice promo for PokerStars.
Chad Holloway, he's the king of poker information, by the way.
Chad is darn good.
In my eyes, anyway. Yeah. You're
Chad,
the prince. You're the prince. I'm telling you.
Does Chad know more poker information than Kevin Mathers?
Ooh.
Kevin was hired at Bluff Magazine as the director of poker information. That is his title.
Yeah, but Chad
that's like being the guy that sits in the library all day, you know? We all know that guy. But Chad's pretty much right up there.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're co-kings.
I nominated Chad for Media Personality of the Year for the American Poker Awards, by the way.
Are you on the nominating committee?
I am.
Are you bragging about that?
I'm just saying I nominated Chad.
Okay.
Very deserving for Media Personality of the Year, no question about it.
Okay.
Would you disagree?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of good people.
Could only nominate 2.
Oh, and who was your second nomination?
I'm keeping that one quiet.
No, why would you do that?
It wasn't you or me, Joe.
We know that. Well, we know for sure it wasn't me. But why? So let me just ask you this question.
Yeah.
I love putting Mark on the spot. Why would you reveal who one of your nominees are, but not the second one?
Because I choose not to. I have reasons.
I hope this isn't. I hope I don't hit a nail on the head here. Are you allowed to nominate yourself?
There's no rule against it.
Oh, okay. I won't go any further. No, Your Honor, no further questions.
Oh, nice call out, Joe.
You like that one, huh?
Yeah, that was good.
Do you think Mark is beyond nominating himself? I mean, he did call himself the king of poker information.
He deserves a nomination sometimes.
Well, deserving one and voting for you and nominating yourself, I don't know.
Look, here's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to tell a story about 5th grade.
Did you vote for yourself for vice president?
This happened to me in 5th grade.
He lost by 1 vote.
No, this happened to me in 5th grade. Because when I was growing up, I was always told, and I don't know where I got this. I must have been around a liberal or something like that. Said, when you're in an election for something in your class or something like that, vote for the other person. As a courtesy, vote for them. Show respect to your opponent. So I did. I did that. And you know what? You know how many votes I lost that election by? Take a guess.
1.
Well,
but the point is,
I turned my own election into a defeat. Never did it again.
Well, no, but hold on a second. If he followed the same,
but of course he didn't. Nobody did.
How do you know that? Well, you're just the king of assumption.
I'm going to bet you. I would be willing to go back.
I'm going to name you the king of assumptions. You're just assuming that he didn't follow proper etiquette.
But it wasn't proper etiquette. It was just somebody told me something incredibly stupid. Why would you not vote for yourself?
So did you nominate yourself? Did you nominate yourself?
There's people on that. There's certain people that I nominated, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I just wanted to say that I nominated Chad. I recognize Chad's contributions to poker.
Why would you want to recognize the other person's contributions?
Because we're not talking about them. We're talking about Chad.
Well, let's talk
when the time comes. When the time comes, I'll mention who the other nominee was. Okay? And we're just going to leave it there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. We're live here at the PCA. PokerStars Caribbean Adventure. We're winding things up. 2 days to go. Today
I think Nolan Dollar would be someone who...
Well, there was another category on there for Industry Person of the Year, of which I nominated Nolan.
Who'd you nominate?
I did nominate Nolan Dollar for that.
And how many people did you nominate in that category?
2. It's all 2.
And who's the other person you nominated?
That I will say, Todd Anderson.
I don't get this.
But there's a reason. You got to trust me, Joe.
Okay.
You got to trust me on this.
Will there be a time that you
will be a time. There will be a time.
Who the second nominee?
I'm sure that at some point when I'm ready to discuss who I nominated, but there is a serious reason.
Is there a caveat to this?
There's just a reason, and you're going to have to trust me on this.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna have to trust me on that.
I think it's Alan Kessler.
Yeah, it was Alan Kessler.
That's my guess.
Oh, good God! All right, so so here we are at the PCA, and then let me pull the tournament schedule.
What does the PCA stand for again?
PokerStars Caribbean Adventure.
Thank you.
Or Caribbean, depending on how you like to say it. Today going on as we speak. Start off a $2,200 no limit hold'em 6-handed unlimited re-entries tournament at noon. Women's event started today. $600 buy-in on that. That started at 1. The crazy pineapple tournament. I'm dying that I'm not in this thing. $1,100 buy-in. 5 o'clock. The $5,300 no limit hold'em Turo 8-handed tournament got rolling, and at 7. So this one actually has not started yet.
The pineapple?
No, the pineapple started.
Is it too late to register for the pineapple?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's basically like an online tournament. I'm sure you could late reg forever. $600 no limit hold'em turbo tournament starting in a couple of minutes, and then the Parte is coming up tomorrow. There are a couple more events to play. $600 no limit hold'em turbo edition of the PCA main event. I wonder if that's like I have to look at the structure. It's probably like 5-minute blinds. It's the last day of the series. Also tomorrow, $10,300 no limit hold'em turbo 6-handed.
Wow,
that's a lot of money to put down for a 1-day turbo. A 6-handed 1-day turbo. Woo! Talk about a nasty tournament there. And one more
nasty.
Yeah,
I love turbos.
I think Nate would like something like that.
But
I absolutely love turbos. People make a lot of mistakes. They're pushing really light. Admittingly, you can get into some situations where you have to be the one pushing light, but turbos are fantastic.
But a 10K 1-day 6-handed turbo.
But everything
is
relative.
That's a payday right there.
Everything is relative.
Well, depending on how many people enter it. And then there also is a turbo $1,100 turbo double bubble tournament. I think there were 3 of those in this series. One did well. One early in the series didn't do so well.
There was only 5, right? There was one tournament where you said there was only 5.
No, it was 9. It was 9.
9. Wow.
Oh, well, it was a terrible time. I mean,
just 5 got paid. That was it.
Yeah. I wish I'd have entered that. I could have upped my Hendon mob. I'm going to remember that next year because everybody entered the Bahamas event that I was in. So that one kind of took a dump, but the other ones did very well. So of course, the PokerStars party coming up tonight, Joe.
Oh yeah, you wanted to know.
Unfortunately, got moved inside because of possible inclement weather. And of course, when inclement weather hits an island, it tends to be a little nutsy. Let's just because we'll go on record here and see what we expect out of this party, and then see what it was really like. What do you think? What are you expecting here?
I have some inside information.
Oh,
well, I know people. I know people who know people who've been here before.
People.
And who have attended this party.
I know people.
Numerous times. And here's what they told me.
Yeah.
Come hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Because the food is outstanding.
All right.
Now, I saw I guess a flyer for the party, and they had like a big lobster was in the picture. Lobster. See, Nate wouldn't like that because
that'd kill him.
He's allergic.
Yeah, it'd swell up like a fish.
I think that part would be funny to see.
It's really not.
Just turn you into a big red.
It hurts when your face swells up like that.
I've been there.
I did have a lobster reaction when I was a young boy in Brooklyn, New York. My ears blew up. True story.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that too.
Yeah.
I had an allergic reaction to a tetanus booster shot. Of all things. That's what I'm allergic to. Keep that in mind.
Between that, I think having an allergic reaction to eating lobster. And what happened was, my father was a longshoreman, and part of the perks of being a longshoreman is that you got to sample and bring home stuff.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Before it even hit the stores.
Yeah.
So my father brought home cases. When I tell you cases of lobster, and being a Catholic boy, and during Lent. My mom made lobster every night, different ways. Baked lobster, broiled lobster, stuffed lobster. Make a long story short, after about 5 or 6 days of eating lobster, it was around March or April, so it was still cold in New York. And I went outside, and my friend said to me, "What's wrong with your ears?" "What's wrong with my ears?" He goes, "Your ears are like all blown up." I'm like, no, it's just cold. And what happens is my ears actually just became really big. So my mom took me to the doctor. And he said, I don't know. It's some kind of allergic reaction. He said, what did you have for dinner last night? I said, lobster. All right. He said, what did you have for dinner the night before? I said, lobster.
Mm-hmm.
When we got to the fourth night of lobster, he goes, I'm a doctor, and I cannot afford to feed my kids lobster 4 nights in 1 week. He said, what does your father do for a living? I said, he's a longshoreman. He goes, oh, that explains it. I say, yeah, we have more lobsters in the freezer at home, too.
Yeah, you might want to back off for a day or two.
So I had what was an iodine reaction to having too much iodine in my system.
That happened to Jeremy Piven, the actor, because he was eating a ton of sushi.
Oh.
Well, he would go and eat sushi every day.
And his ears would blow up?
And he had a mercury
iodine, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't good. By the way, I apologize. We had a little camera issue and got that all squared up.
We're okay now?
Yeah, we're okay. The graphic was stuck, blah, blah, blah. So anyway. Jesse Sylvia's here, by the way. Jesse, you want to say hi to everybody real quick? You want to say hi to everybody real fast? You got a second? Here, swing around this way, though. You
come here.
I mean, I know you're thin and fit, so you probably could fit through that side. But we'll make it easy for you. Let's say hi to the former World Series of Poker runner-up, Jesse Sylvia. What's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Very well, man. I'm in the Bahamas.
Yeah, it's nice here.
What do you think?
I've been enjoying it. It was actually last time I came here, I came with Russell, who's a great person to hang out with, but it's a little more fun when your girlfriend's here.
Yeah, I got to say that the one thing I was sitting around, and believe it or not, I was actually thinking this a couple of days ago when I just got done with everything. I'm taking a walk and just seeing the place and hanging out a little bit. I was like, man, this sucks that my wife's not here.
Yeah.
It's as crazy as that does sound. Believe it or not, it would have been nice to have my wife here.
Yeah, you just see a lot of spots and things to do and stuff that would be really fun to have, the person you love there, for sure. And it was actually funny because Ashley, she brought me out because her and Miranda, Vanessa's wife, were walking around one day. So the next day, she brought me out to show me the Hammerhead area, and there's like a rope bridge you go over like right above them. And I was like, actually, I've been here. And I remember last time I was here, I was thinking I wish Ashley was here because she'd really like the Hammerheads.
Oh, there you go.
That's the first thing that she brought me to go see. It was really funny. Yeah.
There you go.
So that was kind of cool.
So how'd the series go for you?
Here?
Yeah.
Bad.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I only played a couple tournaments. I missed a few swaps with people that I always swap with, and they did very well, so that was kind of unfortunate.
No.
Yeah, I just didn't, for instance, my buddy's chip leader of the main right now, and I didn't know he was here till day 2.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. And, I don't know, but whatever. That happens, and I've run really good in the last couple of years with all that stuff. So, but, yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited. It's like a new year, so you kind of get to, start out fresh, try to have a big score, and then play everything else because you have to pay taxes anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Daniel Durando had talked about the goal setting in his Breakfast with the Pros, and what are some of your goals? I mean, what when you go through as you're going through your career, by weekly, monthly, and then yearly, what are some of the big priorities that you have set up for 2015?
That's a good question. A lot of my goals that I've made concrete have been more life goal type of things, I want to set this up, or I want to buy, for instance, I want to buy an investment property this year. Mm-hmm. And I actually have one picked out, and if, it goes well, then that'll be an easy goal because I'm halfway there in terms of, already have checked out the property, done the math and that kind of stuff. But it's a lot more stuff like that that's kind of boring to talk about compared to poker. Mm-hmm. I guess, I'd love to say, I want to win a main event of some series like a WPT or something like that, but those are kind of silly because you never know when it's going to happen. I would like to play a certain amount of tournaments. I don't know, we'll say 30 live tournaments, and I would like to play my best in all of them. That would be a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
I'd like to play a few high rollers this year for sure, make myself pick out some ones that are softer and sell the action ahead of time. Probably one of my weaknesses is I'll see that a tournament's soft and then I'll sell off the action, whereas I should just be selling ahead of time to people so it's figured out, and then if the tournament's good, I'll play it.
Right.
And that's something that sounds easy, but sometimes you just don't think about it ahead of time. And also, obviously, when a field's really soft, it's easier to get investors excited about buying it.
Sure. And it's been a few years since your final table at the World Series. How has your life changed? Where are your priorities right now in terms of the things that you're doing outside of poker as opposed to what you're doing inside of poker?
I don't know. I think that my priorities definitely shifted the first year to stuff outside of poker. I was planning to not play that much poker. We moved to California, and I wanted to go to school for film. And as the year progressed, I realized I had more and more opportunities in poker that I probably wouldn't have in 5 years, or not to the same level. So I ended up pursuing poker a lot more than I thought I would, which is a good thing because I love playing poker. But, like the first few months, it was more, okay, we had this big score. What are the things I wanted to do once I did that? And I kind of got a decent amount of them done. So that was like a really great feeling. And then I could just kind of kick back and play poker. And I think I got a little too comfortable with that. As I played a lot of poker, things sort of fell by the wayside the rest of life. And so now I've been like picking up back on that and trying to do things outside of poker again. I want to go to film school pretty soon.
Yeah.
So, for instance, that's one thing that I was like, I made a decision. I'm not going to do it now. And I was like happy with that decision. And then 2 years later, I was like, well, I didn't really set up a time when, I'm just going to get back into it and start it up again. So, I don't know. Little things like that.
So what's the deal with Ashley? When is there a ring on that finger yet?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. All right.
We'll see. She's in the ladies' event right now.
So. Oh, that's right. Yeah, she's been playing a lot, hasn't she?
Yeah. So she's got her mind occupied with other stuff, but
for a little while.
Yeah. No, she's I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know first.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll air the proposal if it does happen.
All right, cool.
We'll put that out there for you.
That.
Yeah. So now we do have one more day left in the series. Are you going to play, or are you just going to kick back and have a good time?
I think I might play. I wasn't sure, but we have a couple days that we're here for, and I'm like, I should probably get some playing. And I've been playing online a decent bit. I actually finally had a winning session today. That was my first one of the trips.
There you go.
Very excited. Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know. It made me feel a little more, a little more confidence for playing some live stuff. But yeah, I think I'll play something tomorrow. There's some events that look cool. Actually, let me get out.
That double bubble's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, the double
about that
bubble
one?
should be really fun. I almost jumped in this 5K turbo. I literally had like 3 minutes when I got downstairs to jump in it.
Nice.
And I didn't really. I wanted to sell a little bit if I played in it. This is really stupid, but mostly because if I played and busted it, I wouldn't have a winning day. And I was like, I want to have a winning day at PC.
Understandable.
I want a one winning day. So I ended up like just forgoing it. Also, the field didn't look that good, so it wasn't like it was an obvious decision and I just passed up on it or anything. But let's see this schedule.
Whoa. Joe's carrying something in the door here, by the way. Look at this. Wow. Did we get that all worked out? You could have turned it around.
Wait a minute.
Be
Gus
careful there,
Hansen
though.
won the Caribbean Adventure the first year.
How about that?
That guy's won everything, man.
Yeah, it's on camera. Boy, it's making us look really small. For those that don't know, this is the main event trophy for the PokerStars Caribbean Adventure. Right in front of us. We just dropped it right in front of Jesse Sylvia.
Oh yeah, we got the 10K turbo tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I might start my plan setting ahead of time and sell a bunch of action in case that's off, because that would be a really fun tournament to win.
See, coming on the show helps you prioritize.
Yeah, I like
See,
this.
it's
We
nice,
should do
isn't
this
it?
every morning.
Get a chance to
This would
talk
be
it out a
great.
little bit.
This is good.
That I think that's an interesting placement for that event too, because for everybody that's been going through this series, you're especially if you're down. I mean, that one's got to be a tempting one to look at and say, you know what, here's my last shot to really get it back if I can. But at the same time, it kind of puts you in a hole too if you bomb out. So I think it's a really intriguing position for that tournament.
No, it's great. It's like a trip saver for sure, and it's a one-day thing too. So you're just like, I could win a few $100,000 in one day. That's amazing. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say anything but positives about that one. That's a bad thing for me.
Nice.
I might jump in that. We'll see.
Well, we'll see where you end up tomorrow. I don't want to keep you too long, but I'll see you at the party.
Definitely.
All right. We're just gonna cuddle. Do you want to give this thing a hug while it's here?
Give it a little hug. Hopefully my buddy Chance is gonna be giving a hug in like 48 hours.
Chance is a good guy.
Whoa.
Oh. This is
Sweet.
all right. So
This thing's cool.
there you go. Be careful with that thing. It looks like I got a little chip on the bottom there. All right, so there's a trophy. All right, Jesse, well, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for stopping over. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
I will see you tonight.
Take care, man.
There you go, Jesse Sylvia, everybody. joining us on the show, and very interesting scenario there. Hi, Nate. What's up?
What's up with you? What'd Joe bring in?
Well, Joe brought in the main event trophy, and I think Jesse bounced it off the edge of the table and may have got a little chip at the bottom of the base.
Shh. Why would you say that on air?
Maybe. We'll see. I couldn't tell. I was kind of on a bad angle, but that was kind of funny. Yeah, but then like I said, Nate, that's very interesting. Tomorrow with that 10K coming up, is there a it's a tempting little hook right there, to for the end of your series. Do you play it and put that extra money on the line if you're down, or you just say, you know what, let's play something else and
I'll bet you if Heimiller doesn't cash, he'll be playing in it.
Yeah.
I'll bet you $5.
Oh, I'm sure
if he doesn't final table the high roller.
Yeah,
I'll be in that for sure.
Yeah, well, let's see where a couple of these.
Are we on live?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So you give me a hard time, but I get the hardware done.
Yeah. I hope it's okay.
No, I was hearing some fantastic things about the sports betting that's down there.
Oh, yeah, there's sports betting here, too.
There's a whole big sports book.
And I heard there wasn't like a huge cap on it like there is in Vegas sometimes.
I don't know. I didn't bet anything, so I'm really not sure. But the unofficial final table has been posted for the main event. Kevin Schultz in C1, Chance Corn in C2, Nicholas Hambitzer C3, Diego Ventura is in seat 4, Uwe Ritter in seat 5, Dylan Lynn in seat 6, Rami Bukai in seat 7, Prayush Badiga in seat 8, and Juan Martin Pastor in seat 9. So
the Argentinian.
So there's your unofficial final table, waiting for one more to fall there. Ritter doubled up, by the way, after that draw. King Queen against King Jack. Excuse me. So Ritter gets a nice chunk of chips there off Bukai, and so Ritter gets off the short stack, and I believe put Bukai on the short stack. So that's where that one stands right now.
So the 9th place guy right now, what's his chip count? Do they have that updated?
It's that I just read it off. Sorry,
I'm sorry.
1 second there. Well, it was 805, and now I believe that should stand at. One moment. No, that's not what I'm looking for here. Where is it? I'm sorry. 1 second.
I'm just wondering where my 1.8
because I literally just read that off. That put Bukai at 1.3 million.
He's a low stack.
So I believe he is the low stack right now.
Okay, so my 1.8 might be right on the number.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's say 1.4. You said 1.8. Okay.
I did say 1.8.
All right. In the 25K high roller going on, players are on a dinner break. And let's see where we are. Yeah, they're still at 46 players left on that break. They'll be coming back to level 17 in just a little bit.
That's a pretty nice trophy, too, but I figured, let me bring the main event trophy.
Yeah.
The high roller trophy is nice, too, but that was a pretty sweet trophy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for my kudos for getting the trophy over here on the table.
Yeah.
No one else can get it over here.
Well,
I smooth my way.
All right. There you go.
He goes, you guys are the Las Vegas show, right? Yep. Oh, yeah, okay, you can take it.
Okay.
See that? Even in the Caribbean, they know the Las Vegas guys.
They know. They know the Mark Hoke show. There was somebody who walked by, the way, that said, who's Mark? Some lady walked by and said, who's Mark Hoke? And I really wanted to say, I'm Mark Hoke. Just, yeah. But I didn't. That was a good boy. It was kind of weird.
Well, she'll probably look it up tonight.
Maybe. I'm probably emblazoned in her brain right now. All right, and last chip counts, Vincent Delgado is the chip leader in the high roller, 775. Mark Holt, 750. And, God, why do I have to read some of these names? Kuro Shannon at 645. Petrangelo, 596. Bongard, 575. Those are your top 5 chip stacks in that high roller.
When you're covering an international event, and this is an international event, you're always going to have those... I'm trying to think of the word to use here. Almost the Jeopardy type answers, Jeopardy type names to decipher, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But you've done an excellent job. And
I'm used to doing that at the World Series. It just takes a second sometimes.
The World Series is not as.
Oh no, the World Series is freaking brutal. Don't even give me that.
Worse than here.
Reading names at the World Series is just like.
Okay.
taking your tongue and shoving it in your eyeball.
You've had a pretty tough week here with names.
Having
Not
to
that you
work
had a
off.
tough time. It's just that you've had a lot of tongue twisters.
Yeah.
Tongue twisters? Yeah.
There you go. By the way, our friends at Time Tables Incorporated asked, what about a shot clock tourney? That'd be fun. Be all right with that.
Yeah.
I'd be all right with that. So I think, those are kind of updates. Oh, one more thing I do want to make sure that we mention our other champions. I got to get one more break in before we call it a night here. So we're going to take one commercial break, and we want to mention, we'll get some last updates. We'll run through the players that have won events here at the PCA, because obviously there's other ones going on than the ones for the few that we mentioned.
I would like to be able to, before we sign off, have the official final table to report on.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
We'll see where that goes. So let's get that one more break in, and we'll be right back.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bump stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends. We supply everything else. Live it. Love it. PokerShop.com.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
The ultimate poker destination and the most outstanding poker in the world is at only one place. The 2015 PokerStars Caribbean Adventure. January 6th through the 14th. Join PokerStars pros like Daniel Negreanu, Chris Moneymaker, Liv Boree, Jason Mercier, Bertrand Elke Grospellier, Vanessa Seltz, and many more of your favorites at the stunning Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas. With some of the greatest events in poker, like the $100,000 High Roller, the America's Cup, the new Double Bubble Tournament, and the prestigious PCA Main Event. It's a must for anyone who's ever sat at a poker table. For more information on the PCA schedule, travel information, and much more, just visit PokerStarsCaribbeanAdventure.com and join us in the Bahamas for the PCA, January 6th through the 14th.
It's time for you to check out RogueWire.com. News, sports, entertainment, and the internet home of The Mark Hoke Show. Don't wait. Let the sparks fly from your computer at RogueWire.com. And of course, RogueWire.com is powered by BlueRail.net. For over 2 years, The Mark Hoke Show has trusted BlueRail.net as their exclusive host, and you can too. Visit BlueRail.net for top-level web hosting, website building and maintenance, one-on-one customer service, and much more. It's time to get on board with your winning combination, BlueRail.net and RogueWire.com. How far do you want to go?
Join us for Zen's Poker Mentoring's debut poker coaching event, featuring poker superstar instructors Brian Rast and Vanessa Russo, plus poker reporter turned poker pro Christy Arnett. For unique poker mentoring you'll be able to use on and off the feld. The event will be held February 21st and 22nd at the spectacular Meet Las Vegas Event Center, across from the D Las Vegas Hotel and Casino, downtown. The first 15 people to register get a free 2-night stay at the D. Not to mention, Zen Poker Mentoring is giving away a $565 seat for the newest and most exciting event in poker, the Colossus. For more information, visit ZenPokerMentoring.com and sign up for this one-of-a-kind event today.
Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give open-faced Chinese poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason open-faced Chinese poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the open-faced Chinese poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app, and we'll see you at the tables.
There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way, with all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at PokerNight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Mondays on Poker Night in America.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we are back, wrapping this thing up. Of course, we're back on KLAV 12:30 a.m. tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific time. That should be a lot of fun.
Could be.
No idea who's going to be on the show. We could be seriously improvising tomorrow, Joe.
We do a good job.
It could get very ugly on KLAV.
No, I don't think so. We should be. We'll be okay.
We'll be okay. As long as we have our sound
It will
squared
be
up.
fantastic. I will be in studio here in Vegas.
All right.
Yeah.
Nate's going to show up in the studio.
There we go. All right.
Well, maybe Nate can drag somebody in with him. We never thought about that.
Yeah, maybe Nolan can stop by with some champagne again.
That didn't happen either.
It did, but it happened after.
Yeah, well, the bottle was taken outside the studio. Yes. Anyway, your
outside the office, off property.
All right.
There was something you wanted to cover.
Yeah, I want to make sure we recognize all the other champions here of the PCA. Of course, Steve O'Dwyer wins the Super High Roller at 100K tournament for $1.8 million. Josh K wins the LAPT Bahamas event, a huge event, $367,928. Not bad for a $3K investment on that one. Event number 4. Let's see. Wait, did I get everything I wanted to get? Yeah, main event's still going on. Event number 4, the $600 no limit turbo goes to Dean Amar out of Israel. Picks up $18,072 for that win. The event 5, $2,200 no limit double bubble goes to Mikkel Arsenault out of Canada. Wins $8,660. A little low turnout on that one, but the other ones did all right. The 5K no limit Holden Turbo, 104 players in that one. Nicholas Petrangelo wins that for $113,000. Congratulations to him. The event 10 double bubble goes to Nicole Cervenka. She wins $22,220 for her victory in that tournament. In the event 12 5K PLO Turbo, Benoit Galland. I like that. Benoit Galland. I like that name. It's pretty good. $80,970 winning that 5K PLO Turbo. Event 13, $2,200 no limit Holden Turbo bounty goes to Dmitry Urbanovich out of Poland, $37,640. There were $181,000 in bounties in that tournament.
Nice.
Whee! Event 14, $2,200 no limit Hold'em tournament. Paul Volpe brings home a PCA championship.
World Series champion.
He's the man.
He is the man.
Look, I'll tell you, I've played against Paul, and I've known Paul for even way before I started doing the show. Paul is just an incredible online player and has taken it live and just done some amazing things too. So, very happy for Paul Volpe winning another championship for himself. Event number 15, $5,300 pot limit Omaha 8-handed tournament goes to Justin Bonomo.
Another Las Vegas guy.
And another recent bracelet winner. Picks up $48,450 on that one. Event 16, no limit Hold'em Turbo 8-handed goes to Alexander Denisov out of Russia, $117,250 for that win. Event number 18, No Limit Hold'em 8-handed tournament goes to Nicholas Emekis out of Canada, $161,810. Event 19, 1K horse, Alexander Orlov out of Russia. Very lucky I wasn't in that tournament, $10,040. There's Dan Highmiller, who's
Good.
still in.
What do you have in chips, Dan?
Still in the high roller.
I was going to say, what's he doing there? He shouldn't be out there. He must be on break.
Over 500.
Okay, so Highmiller's at $500,000.
You had dropped a little bit below average before when we last checked.
Yep, I was just below average. I was below 250 within the last 2 hours.
Oh, you doubled up.
So big double up for Dan Highmiller. Gotta love it.
It was little by little.
So
I don't know how. I lost over 200,000 in the pot. That's what I was over. Sorry, I lost over 200,000 in a pot, so that dipped me below average, and I came back.
Yep. Well, so Dan's just
was
chipping
just,
up.
Was it just one hand in particular?
Yeah,
Where you
he said there were a bunch.
I'm playing on borrowed time right now because there was one big hand. I'd gone all in with a guy who had more chips than me. I got ace king, so it was raise, all in, and that was way back when I had 170,000. 160,000. Guy turns over aces. I got ace king. He's got ace.
Oh, and you flopped the
ran that
roadway.
straight off. Yeah.
Flopped straight.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Mark reporter.
Time and then now I'm double the average. Looks great.
Yeah.
There you go.
Once in a while, you got to get lucky too.
That's how it goes. Jonathan Little never gets lucky. He
didn't
just
like
wins.
it when he turned over.
He
the
just
aces.
wins. That's all this man does.
Right, Dan? You weren't happy when you saw
that
the
was great.
It's scary to see the guys who can get through this. I mean, there's a lot of guys left. A lot of good players left.
And you only fired one bullet at this 25. Is that correct?
One bullet. My second bullet is
Still in your pocket.
Still in your pocket. Well,
I'm sure there's a sports team you can find. There's a sports bet because you've been running pretty good on sports bets too. So
he should back me in the double bubble is what he should do.
Yep.
See, there's a good idea. See, look, he said yep. I heard that.
No, he didn't say yep. To that.
Oh, he didn't say that.
Talking about sports.
All right. Cool.
Oh, you want it?
You-
You're thinking of getting the steak, Mark? Oh, time to go. Okay, I gotta go.
All right. There
Dan,
you go.
that might be the best choice
That
you
might be
made
the
all
best
day.
decision you made all day, Dan.
Even though your shirt says poor decisions.
Yeah.
Take a break. Hey, you want me to get my
Yeah, come on around. Let's take a look at this shirt.
Yeah, Dan is wearing a very interesting shirt.
Is it in? Can you see it?
Let me see. Yeah, there he is.
Okay, I'm not.
There he is, right there.
It says forecast for tonight: alcohol, low standards, and poor decisions.
That's a poker player shirt.
Which is exactly the opposite of how Dan plays.
I'm gonna get a few drinks and put them in front of me.
You've never drank with Dan Highmiller.
Don't tell anybody that.
Okay.
I do it all the time.
We're not saying a word, Dan. It's not going out on the show or anything like that, so don't worry.
About that little read.
Yeah, we're not live on
Yeah,
air.
we're not live.
Oh, wait, we are.
I'm so tempted. I got to drink it anyway. That's the problem. But usually, you putting some alcohol in front of you never hurts.
The image.
Never hurts your image.
Yep,
There you go.
absolutely.
So Dan's setting them up at the party. Gotta love it.
All right. Good night. I'll see you later.
All right, we'll see you, Dan.
Best of luck.
Good luck to you, my friend.
Good guy, by the way. Good guy. And he has been running good in sports too.
Yeah, he's all right. By the way, Casino Examiner said in the chat box it's an overlay when Mark is in a tournament.
Wow.
That's a stinger. That is a stinger right there.
I don't often agree with Casino Examiner, but I got to go with him on this one.
All right. Event number 21, $1,100 no limit hold'em, won by Vladimir Drobvolsky out of Russia, $38,050 for him. Picks up a title here at the PCA. Event 22, $2,200 no limit hold'em turbo goes to Jimmy Castano out of Colombia. Knocks off Will Fiala there, by the way. $42,000 for him. This one, I'll tell you what. All this guy does is win, too. Event number 26, $1,100 pot limit Omaha, dealer's choice, 4 to 5 cards. Mark Herm, Dipthrong. This guy is so sick. We have got to get him on the show at some point. Herm takes that one down for $14,170. Event 27, $2,200 no limit hold turbo bounty goes to Oleg Titov out of Russia. The Russians having a pretty good series. $32,810 for him, and that's it.
You know, in these symposiums and these breakfasts that you attended this week, was there any chatter or any discussions about the the perception of what they feel about these double bubble payouts?
You know, I haven't heard a thing.
I'm
We're going to have to maybe ask around about that and see if we
Yeah.
got something for tomorrow or, after the
I
series
want
is
to
over.
ask somebody who actually played in it, as opposed to, not everybody played every tournament here, so.
Well, it's a very interesting concept. I'll be honest with you, I'm torn on. I'd like to play it and just kind of get the feel.
I like distributing the money, keeping the money in the playing field, so to speak. When you give bulk of the money to less players, that's less money that it will no longer be circulated. It will be circulated, but it takes that particular player a longer time to circulate that money through. If you distribute it more freely, there are more players who have more bullets to load in their gun.
Well, let me give you an example on how one of these prize pools worked out. Now, obviously, the 9 one,
that's not. Yeah.
You got to take that one and throw in the garbage can. But this one, 49 players entered this double bubble tournament. That's
So 25 are going to get paid.
And so 25 players got paid. And here's the interesting part, because it's top 8%. Only 3 players made over that buy-in back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's the top 8% of the prize pool then gets paid. Cervenka made $22,200. Atanas Karakov out of Bulgaria won $14,220, and then Mario Quintahala. I don't even think Quintanilla. Excuse me. Well, yeah, that's only his middle name. Excuse me. I could have just gone to Maciostro.
Stop while you're ahead.
I want to get that right. Maciotro. There we go. Mario Maciotro won $10,220, and everybody else that cashed got their buy-in back.
Okay, but it gives them ammunition to play another tournament.
Well, yeah. Well, boy, that's a long way to. No, see, I'm kind of midi. Like I said, I'd really like to
You're
see
on the
how it
fence.
actually plays out before I make a judgment on that. It'd be interesting to play one of those tournaments and see, what actually happens when we get towards that first bubble, and then after that, I mean, you're looking up. You got 25 players left, and only 3 are going to get are going to get more money. And that's an interesting scenario, to say the least.
Just looking at it prematurely, I would think the double bubble favors the NIT player, at least for the first level of payouts. The NIT player is going to play tight, and he's gonna be around.
I agree with that.
So it probably.
See, but I don't get anything out of it, though.
Get there. Well, at least they
I get my buy-in back, but that means I didn't win
anything. How many tournaments
anything.
have you played where you walked out the door with no money?
Well, I get that, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, can I win like $200?
Alan Kane, very famous dealer from Las Vegas.
There you
go.
Buddy of yours?
A very good buddy of mine.
That's what I thought.
He's the one who told me, by the way, don't miss the party.
Yeah, well,
I'm
not planning on missing the party.
He's been here for the last, I think, 10 years.
All right. Well, we're going to give you the final chip counts for the.
Are we down?
Wow, these guys got stuck on the dinner break. Oh, that's harsh. On the dinner break with 1 left.
Oh, really?
Oh, man, that is tough. Kevin Schulz, 1.745. Chance Corner, 6.305 million, and he is.
Oh, so we're not going to be able to.
No.
Leave our audience with the final 8.
No, we will not. But he is the chip leader. Nicholas Hambitzer at 1.69. Diego Ventura, 4.435 million. UA Ritter is at 680, so he's in a little bit of trouble. Dylan Lind, 1.83. Rami Bakai, 1.29. Pratish Budiga, 4.6. And Juan Martin Pastor stands at 1,765,000 chips. So Chance Corneth looking pretty good right now. Not bad.
And our player with 680, he's probably like thinking, God, I need a hand.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough coming back. He said about 12 big blinds. Actually, it'll be probably around 10 when they get to the next level. All right, so there you go, Joe. That's the PCA. We got one more to go tomorrow, and then we're out of here.
PCA, PokerStars Caribbean Adventure,
brought to you by PokerStars.
Yes.
Yep, you bet.
Who've done a bang-up job here, by the way.
Yeah. They did. An incredible tournament series, and we'll get a chance to talk about a little bit more tomorrow on KLAV 12:30 a.m. Should be a good time, and maybe we'll simulcast on the internet.
Can we do that?
Well, we can put up the camera and simulcast what we're doing.
So
we'll figure something out. We got all day to do it.
We sure do.
So if we do the simulcast, will the people, if they're listening to the show on KLV1230.com, will
12:30 a.m.
1230am.com, will they be able to see the video also? Or
Yeah,
no?
well, if we're up on video, they'll see us. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That'd be an interesting aspect to our
That'd be nice.
Vegas audience.
There you go.
And whoever's listening on the internet.
All right. So that is going to wrap up our show. We're going to a party.
Well, I'm not going until I get my wristband.
Yeah.
You guys
so
go
you
out
gotta,
there and have some fun.
You
You got
hold
some
it.
drinks. You're not driving tonight.
Yeah,
so.
you got a little issue.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work.
What mean things did you say to me, Joe?
I didn't say anything about an overlay. That was Casino Examiner.
All right.
I think Joe's the boss this week.
I am actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have the wristbands, so tough break.
I will say that I can go into the media room, and I can scroll up a wristband.
I
for
bet you
myself.
can't go in the media room and get a wristband.
You really want to bet on
Because they're
that?
down at the information desk.
Okay.
But anyway, that's going to do it,
But
guys.
I can have somebody from the media room get me one. Then.
Well,
How's that?
that's a possibility.
Okay.
You are not holding his wristband hostage.
He is.
Yes.
He is doing that.
Okay, we're going to get out of here because I got to do something with Chris Moneymaker and then go to the party. So we will see you guys tomorrow on KLAV 1230 AM, KLAV1230am.com. Thanks for being with us right now on the Mark Hoke Show. We do appreciate it, live from the PCA. Thanks again to PokerStars for having us. We will catch you all tomorrow. Have a great, great day.